Hi y'all, it's Jeannie from Bushnell Unscripted. I hope y'all are having a great day. I thought we'd do a little whip and chat. I'm working on my Michael's canvas, the Make Market, the skull, which I have been loving. It's absolutely incredible, all of the detail and the shadow work, even in those books. It's been a fairly quick canvas, and I have to say I've enjoyed it. There are two symbols that from the beginning of the unpacking that I did have been a pain, but it's workable. It's been fine. It's just something you have to pay a little bit more attention to, but it's been good. These canvases, I have to say, are really good. They are budget friendly. You can get coupons. They have almost always seem to have some sort of a sale on their diamond painting kits, as well as excuse me, you can apply coupons, 20%, 25% off extra. So don't think that they're not a good option. They really are. They have great stick. I mean, it's as far as what's out there in the industry, their stick is very, very strong. So much so that if you put down a drill and you want to shift it, you really have to use some force because it is that good. I have not had any drills pop off this when I've been moving this around my house to work on it. And I really can't say anything bad about it. It does not have a large space of excess glue on the sides, but we'll cover all that in a post review. But I just wanted to give you a little tip that I'm very happy with this canvas, and I want to work on it today. I've got just a little bit left, and this is the canvas that I'm doing for Drills and Chills 2024, which has been a lot of fun. Love seeing everybody's work. I'm going to put these are my eyes that I use, and I can't say enough about this headset. I need to put some batteries, and I actually got a new headset because I have now 3 of these headsets because I keep stashing them in different locations of where I work. I have an upstairs and I have a downstairs, and I found myself trotting them off, leaving them, and so now I've got them stowed in all kinds of good places, and I won't be without them. I already have like 50 pairs of readers all hidden around the house, and sometimes hidden so well that I don't see them. But so it goes, right? My eye doctor, when I first needed readers, I was like, is there anything I can do? She was like, stop aging. So no. And I have to say, I buy these Amazon Basics batteries for everything. I have outdoor lights that they also are used in. They're incredible. They really hold their own. Can't complain. So I use the headset that is battery operated, and it's just got a little switch here, super bright. You get a whole box, a nice storage box of different sizes for the magnifiers that just pop in right here. They have these over the ear glasses, but these can pop off and you can wear a strap if you so choose. And the everything's adjustable. The nose piece bends in, bends out, is movable. This moves, the light moves, everything is, it's just amazing. So check out the link on that if you're interested. Can't go wrong with it. And also, what just arrived is, I want to try to use some of this. It just so happens this came today. Been waiting on it from ArtDot. It is their new putty wax. Strong stickiness, reusable, and exclusive storage. says it's got a diamond painting putty wax and a fix tool. So let's get this open. Let's see what we've got. Now it is really warm today. It's in the 80s. And when they delivered it, I was home, so I was able to run out and get it. So hopefully it's not, that won't play an impact on it. I love this. One of my favorite sayings is all of the keep calm statements from that was popular in England. Keep calm and diamond paint. I love that. Branded with ArtDot on the back. It does slide. Slides right off. And this whole thing is putty. At the time of this filming, I believe I paid $9 or $9.99, somewhere in there. And here is the little, what do they call it? Fix tool. Okay. All right. Has a little plastic protector on it. It's pokey. Okay, let's read the instructions. I am an instructions girl. Peel off the film, press the edge of the wax inlet with the pen, swing it left and right and pull back to remove the wax completely. Use the fix tool to adjust the leveling and replacement. Okay, so I'm going to put some in here. This is my Diamond Art Club pen, and I could use some new something. So let's see what we got here. I like the putty that comes with Diamond Art Club. However, but I find it to be stringy. I find it to leave behind. You'll see on here, there's places that I will have to go back and clean up. That is from the putty. That is from the putty. So it does tend to, oh, look at my snack. These are fantastic. These are by, these are by the company Unreal. And it is dark chocolate peanut butter cup. It's vegan. I'm a vegan. I don't eat any animal products, dairy products, nothing. So these are a fantastic little pick-me-up. So we've got the old wax out of there. So yeah, I do like the Diamond Art Club putty. I find it to be a bit stringy, no matter what the temperature is. Some people say put it in the freezer, and I haven't done that, but I keep my house pretty cold. So it's not a matter of getting too hot. Okay, peel off the film and press the edge of the wax inlet with the pen. Okay. Ooh. Swing it left and right, and okay, I don't think I put enough pressure. More pressure. Left and right, left and right, and pull back. It's not coming with me, but that's what, oh, it's getting it clean now. Let's get the rest of that purple. Let's try it again. Left and right, left and right. Okay, let's go up here. Right on the edge. Maybe I went too far in. Left and right. Let's just slide it a little bit. There we go. All right. Use the little tool. I've heard great things about this putty. I hope it works good. I have a lot of it now. Good Lord. But you can't say they don't give you enough. Don't complain. At least about the amount. Okay. Make sure it's in there. Y'all having a good Sunday? I hope so. I have good news. My cat Winnie, she's turned a corner this week. The diarrhea has finally stopped. She's feeling good. I am over the moon. Now, I just use my fingers. I'm not going to use this tool for this. Over the moon. Still don't know why she had 2 weeks of diarrhea. She was tested for everything under the sun. The only thing that came back was an elevated white blood cell count, which the vet thought, well, that sounds like an intestinal parasite, which I thought that's not what I think, but let's test her. Came back negative. Went ahead and tested Hillary, my dog, because I was like, well, maybe she's harboring something. Negative. Well, you know what? I should put a little bit in my single placer. And, let's get this part I messed up. We'll have to shove it in there. Anyway, tested her. Nothing. Wasn't having any other issues that should have. I mean, nothing. She was not. She didn't have much of an appetite, so they gave her some medicine to put on her ear to increase her appetite, and that did work. But she was put on antibiotics for 2 weeks, and that did not stop the diarrhea. In fact, it exacerbated it because that's one of the side effects of... Now, why is that sticking, Jeannie? Well, that's a story to come up. Anyway, cute, cute, cute. I love this container. That alone. The medicine from the manufacturer states that you can have diarrhea as a side effect, and she certainly did. It did not stop. Asked the doctor about a steroid. She was like, yeah, let's try that, because she does have, Winnie does have IBD, irritable bowel disease, and but she hasn't had a flare since 2012. And it just kind of blew me away that this was happening all of a sudden. There was no indication. And well, here we were. As I said, nothing was helping. I might have put a bit too strong. It's alright. It'll work. Let me go in just a little bit, I think. Let me finish what I'm saying about Winnie. So, it didn't clear it up. It can cause diarrhea on its own. She had given me this to give her, this Proplan. This stuff is not cheap. Fortiflora. It's a probiotic. Winnie didn't like this in 2012. She doesn't like it now. I don't know why, but she just, you sprinkle it on the food. I don't know what this tastes like, but I can't hide it in anything. Winnie's a no. So I got a little bit in her, but not as much as she needed for a probiotic to help. Stopped the steroid, stopped the antibiotic, those when the medicines ran out, and then slowly started seeing her bowels come back to firm. Thank goodness. And she felt good. So what I have tried, and she is enjoying, are these VetriScience Probiotic Everyday. And you get 60 bite-sized chews. Now, she won't just eat this like a treat. I have a very picky cat, okay? Maybe y'all will eat it, but she won't. What I have to do with this is crumble it up into her food, and then she'll eat it with her food. with her wet food. Now these, they only get one a day. Okay. This has been wonderful. If your cat doesn't like this, or you want to try a probiotic, I'll link these. Pick them up at Amazon. The reviews are fantastic, and it is incredible. And I picked up some for Hillary. Oh. Now you can give this to the cat or the dog. They are. You can open these capsules and sprinkle it. That's what I do on Hillary's, or sometimes I put that in peanut butter. She seems to like it better in the peanut butter. But she gets 2 of these a day based on her size. Within 2 days, this has really helped any looseness she had as well, and it's great. They need probiotics. And my Hillary, my Siberian Husky, my 10-year-old dog, she has cancer. So that's fantastic for her. So y'all check those out. The reviews are just glowing on these products. And it's no lie. I can tell you firsthand. Whew. So I have been a worried mommy, and thank you so much to everybody who sent me notes and asked about her. And Hillary's holding her own with her cancer. You know, she's got multiple 4 to 5 spots of ulcerations on her skin that they bleed daily, and she gets a daily wash off on all of her sores, and cleanser applied. So that's all I can do. We can't put anything on them to close them. They don't close. They don't stop. This has been going on since June. It's just what happens sometimes with cancers in humans as well as animals. The skin cannot repair itself as it needs to because of the cancer. And so you just have to work with it, and that's what I do. So that's my update on my babies. Winnie is about to turn 19 years old next week. So I'm very excited that she's feeling better. Now, let's look at this canvas here. So, Jeannie, what is the stick I'm on here? Well, I tried filming this yesterday, and it didn't turn out so great. Because what I do is I work in these areas like this, okay? And usually I peel this back and I go that way. Well, I thought I'd be swift, and I cut this. And when I turned it back, I didn't pay attention. And one thing I'll tell you, these make market canvases, the plastics are not reversible. Only one side can go down on your beautifully sticky canvas. If you put it the other way, it's going to pick up your stickum. So what I did use, oh, I took that upstairs already. I put down in the places that picked up that glue, I have a diamond painting glue that you put down and you let it dry and then it sticks. So I went ahead and did that in those spots. But be careful with your plastics. Take it off better than I did. And in fact, I mean, it's beautiful when you take it off correctly. Note to self, right? Note to self. So, let's see what we've got here. And we'll get to try that. Let's see, did I already pull? I pulled some colors yesterday. Let's see, 31. I think I pulled that one already. I did. That is for the arrow up here. And we'll try our new putty. So I was very excited that came because I wanted to do a whip and chat with you. Welcome to my first one. I hope it's good. Oh, this little tray is from Dreamer Designs. I really like it. It's got a pourable spout. I don't really use that though because I find that little plastic, there's a plastic circle in there. Drills get stuck on it. And so I end up just taking them down to here and working with them. All right, let's try this new fantastic putty here. It works. That's half the battle, right? It works. So, if this stuff isn't... Oh, it does release nice. It's not stringy. And like I said, it's warm. And the package was warm when I picked it up. You know, those trucks aren't... I don't know if the driver had air on or anything, but... Man, that's nice. It's not leaving anything behind. Ooh. So far, so good. I mean, I haven't tried any other putties besides what comes with the Diamond Art pens. I know there's all kinds you can get, people make. I just hadn't tried any. I only used the wax. So, let's set that crooked. So yeah. So far, so good. Got a little bit too much in this one. That's okay. And you'll see a husky hair every now and then. That's my real life. Husky hair is life. I was once at a PetSmart, and I was in my car, and I had Hillary with me, and a woman came over, and it was winter. She had on a beautiful black velour velvety coat. It was gorgeous. Not a hair was on it. I don't know what that's like. I don't have that life. I have to, you know, the one thing that I go through are rollers. Lint rollers. Oh my gosh, I go through those like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, she walked over to the car and she was admiring Hillary. And she said, you know, that's the dog I've always wanted. I've always wanted a husky. I laughed. And I said, oh, speaking of, I said, but see your beautiful coat? And she thanked me for telling her coat was pretty. And I said, do you see how you don't have a speck of hair on that beautiful coat? And she was like, well, yes. And I said, your life will be very different. I opened my car door, and I'm pretty diligent about keeping my car clean. That's a big deal to me. And but on this day, it was before I needed to go. I needed to give it a good vacuum. And I had hair. Now, I'm not talking about a carpet of hair. Please don't take it wrong. But there was hair on my dashboard, you know, just sprinkled. And I looked at her and I said, do you see this? This is every time she gets in my car. She shakes and it just goes everywhere. And I showed her my shirt, which because I had to pick up Hillary to get in and out of the car. I realize y'all are like, whip and chat, lady. Stop. You're not whipping. I said every time I pick her up, this is how my shirt looks. Her eyes. She suddenly got very... It was so funny because she looked like somebody had put fear in her. And she goes, oh, I did not realize. I said, oh, yeah. And I said, you know, they blow their coat twice a year. And right now she's blowing her coat to get her winter coat in. And I was like, it is hair everywhere. I said, there isn't enough of a vacuum that I can stay on. And I had to laugh so hard because she just was blown away. She was like, you know, thank you so much because that's something you don't think about. And she goes, I don't think I could do that because it matters to me that I don't have hair all over me. And I said, well, I'm sorry, this is not that dog, but they're great. But I'm going to tell you that's not going to happen. You're going to be fighting hair. She had never thought of it. She goes, thank you so much. She goes, I had never thought of that. And you know, that's important when people get pets. They don't think, a lot about the lifestyle of the pet, what that pet needs to do as far as activity. And sometimes they just don't think about the actual hair that's going to come on. I'm telling you, huskies have hair for days. And if that irritates you, they are not your dog. They just cannot be. You know what? I'm so happy with this putty right now. It's not leaving... Where am I going? Don't do that, Jenny. It's not leaving anything behind. Smooth. And if it can do that coming in out of that heat, I like it, ArtDot. The reviews are correct. So y'all check it out. I want to thank y'all for trusting me for my reviews and the things that I tell y'all. I appreciate that. And y'all let me know. Y'all send me notes when things, you've appreciated that I've shared. That means everything to me. Thank you so much. I've been reviewing things for years, not necessarily on YouTube, on my website, and I have provided feedback for companies for years. Used to do a lot of, they call them now PR packages, but at the time it was just you'd get packages from companies to review for them. So I'm very conscientious of using a product, working with it. I'll continue to work with this, but I'm telling you what, so far, right out of the gate, can't complain. Come on, let go. Sometimes putty does hold on. Now see, that even got on some of the, where's that little tool? I've already lost it. Here it is. On the canvas, and it didn't stick. Oh, I don't know what this is. I like this little tool. Well, I guess you live there now. Oh, it's coming. There we go. I like that little tool. That's helpful. Anyway, but I used to be vice president of a local humane society, and that was one of the things that mattered with placement of animals, is making sure that people understood what the responsibility was going to be of that pet, including care, just daily care. There's so many people that fall in love with a husky because they are gorgeous. They are. They're beautiful. These are the ones I tried to work on yesterday, and I wasn't above it. I really have to be above my work, or I get it all wampus. But you want people to know, okay, this animal is going to require X amount of energy. So, for example, before she had cancer, she likes to go on hikes with me, and we'd go either to local area reserves or parks. Our favorite thing is to go to Asheville, my beautiful Asheville, which is now suffering so greatly, but they are working on coming back, y'all. Those people the people that live there have a reserve that is unmatched. They just, they're made of good stuff. Anyway, we would go up there and hike, and she would not even show signs of being tired. Oh, that's plastic, Jean. For at least 7 miles. I, on the other hand, was well tired before 7 miles was up. But people don't realize that. And it is so important that when you are thinking about a pet, that it's not just what you're going to do and what you think, but it's what they need. She needs that. Now, she does not do that, but she does get a run and a walk every morning, and she wants her run still. She very much that has not waned with her, I might have a little bit too much on this. That I do have a problem of loading my pins. But, you know, you work with it. And I just keep smoothing them out. I don't know what y'all do. That's what I do. Works for me. But, you know, you got to figure out what the pet needs. And if that's not your lifestyle, don't get that pet. But I have, you know, I just tell the truth. And people are like, oh my gosh, I want that dog. She's so gorgeous. And I'm like, do you want this, this, and this? And I'm not trying to be mean or discourage them from falling in love. But again, as the person who's had to take surrendered pets, there's nothing more heartbreaking than somebody coming in and saying, I don't want this dog anymore because they have too much energy. I can't handle it. Well, that poor dog has been punished because you didn't do your research. And it's not like these things are hidden. You can find out about what an animal needs fairly easily. So, anyways, I just thought that was really funny that, you know, I just knew that mattered to her. Her coat was immaculate. I could only wish that I could ever have a black coat. It didn't have a hair on it. But I shed a lot too. I have long hair. And my hair sheds. So between me and her, we are something else, I'll tell you. Okay. I'm going to do this little symbol here. And there are 2 symbols on here that have given me issues. And one of them is this little arrow. But once I've gotten used to it, I can handle it. Oh. So, yeah, Huskies are wonderful, but they are unique, and they do need different things. They're not just going to sit and do nothing, and if you leave them alone, they do tend to have separation anxiety. And I'll show y'all the drills. These drills are great. Let me put that light down a little bit more. These drills have been very uniform. Very little trash. Cannot complain. Again, great canvas. I was going to put that on plastic again. So, they can have separation anxiety. Sometimes people say, oh, I'll never have a husky again because they destroyed a bathroom I locked them in. That does not surprise me. They're extremely intelligent. And if you leave a husky to do nothing, you're giving the animal no choice but to entertain his or herself. And don't do that. No good can come of that. I'm always amazed at people that are so shocked. They're like, I had no idea the dog was going to eat drywall. Well, they want it out, and they will find a way. So, I love my girl. She's my second husky. I had a male before. And my male lived to 15 years old. And he ended up with canine cognitive disorder, as well as he had a disease that made him lose control of his back legs. So he was in a canine wheelchair. And with his canine cognitive disorder, which is like a doggy Alzheimer's, he would sometimes get stuck. So you had to watch him carefully because he could get in a corner in his little wheelchair and he'd get stuck there. So, but my babies are my children, and I love them to death. So you'll hear me talk about them a lot. And Hillary is 10, as I said. She is also a rescue. All my animals have always been a rescue. And she was a situation where the previous house that I lived in, it was a rental, and next door was a rental. We had the same landlord, and my neighbor got a dog, got Hillary. That wasn't her name, but he got Hillary. And he got her as a gift for his daughter, his teenage daughter, for Christmas. And she was just a puppy. And the dog she didn't receive the care she needed immediately. I mean, they really believed that you could just put her in a crate and do nothing with her. The ultimate goal, he told me, was he just wanted to breed her. Well, there's a little bit. There's a little bit. But I will say that's coming off easier. So he wanted to breed her. And what started happening was the teenager got busier and busier with school and boys as she got older. And this dog, they started chaining up outside. And one weekend, nobody was around, and this dog was chained up. And she just started barking, and she usually was silent. She wouldn't bark. Nothing. You never heard a peep from her. But she was losing it. And nobody had been over there. I went next door and knocked. And so I checked on her. She had no food, no water. So I gave her some. And then later that night, she started barking and barking. Well, the neighbors started getting concerned, and they were like, we're going to call animal control. And I was like, well, just hold on. I'll take the dog. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where anybody's at, but I'll take her in. So I brought her over to my house, and she got to run around. I had a fenced-in yard. That was the first time she got to run around unleashed. And she loved it. She was so silly and just played. And I ended up keeping her the whole weekend because nobody came home. And I left a note on the door, and I let him know that I've got your dog. Nobody's been around. I don't know what's going on, but there was no food, no water. So he finally comes over to my house on Monday to get his dog. And he's like, well, I don't know. I had to go out of town, and I left my daughter alone. She was supposed to watch her. Well, she didn't. I don't know what she did, but the dog was left alone. And I was like, you had neighbors getting ready to call animal control. They were going to come get this dog. And, you know, that's when he was like, well, you know, this dog's not really working out for us anyway. I'm so busy. My daughter's so busy. She doesn't have time for the dog anymore. And I'm like, oh, gosh. I didn't want another dog. My last 3 dogs, I'd had them all together for 3 years in a row. I'd taken care of those dogs through cancers and illness, and I didn't want another dog. I had my Winnie cat, and I thought that'd be it. I thought if I ever got a dog, because I always get big dogs, I always thought I'll get a tiny dog. Well, the universe said that's not going to happen. So he's like, if you want her, you can have her. So, next thing I know, he's bringing me the dog with her belongings. Her belongings consisted of a metal water bowl and a retractable dog leash. That was it. I said, well, where's her toys? And he said, we didn't give her any. She had plastic jugs. My heart. And I just was like, okay. So I then had a dog. that I had not intended. I had to teach this dog how to walk on a leash. She would put a leash on her, try to walk, and she'd bunny hop. She'd get on her back legs and bunny hop. So she had to learn to play with toys. She did not know how to squeeze stuffed animals. Squeeze stuffed animals to make them squeak. She thought that was something else. It was heartbreaking. She had a nipping problem because they never paid attention to her, and so she learned to nip. I had to work through that. That took a long time. So, it was quite a challenge, but thankfully I was prepared because I'd had my husky before, and they are a challenging breed. They are not for the weak. And that was when she was 2 years old, and she's been with me ever since. And I love her tremendously. She's really been my co-pilot, my buddy. There's not anything she hadn't been up for. She's like, yeah, let's go do it. I'm like, you want to go to the mountains today? Let's go. She loves everybody she meets. She's just been my little co-pilot, and I adore her. And seeing her she has a very large tumor, seeing her maneuver that tumor, the vet commented, because he hadn't seen her. She's been healthy. He hadn't seen her since last year, and he's like, I can't believe how good she's doing with that tumor. It's very large. And he's like, it doesn't seem to hurt her. She lays on it, and I was like, she's been doing great. She hasn't had any other issues, It's just so hard to see her now going through stuff. But I'm just trying to keep her happy and make her days good, as she's done for me. But she loves her sister, her cat sister. I think Winnie struggled in the beginning, like, I know you didn't just bring another dog back in this house. It's funny because she loves dogs. She loved her 3 brothers. But she did mourn them when they died, and it was hard. Because she'd been raised with them since she was 6 weeks old when she got dumped off at my property. It was a cold November day in Illinois. And, it was freezing. I'd been outside with the dogs, taking them out, and I kept hearing a meowing. I couldn't figure out where the meowing was coming from. That went on for 2 days. Finally, I saw a little figure out in the field. And by this time, the fields around me had all been brought in for harvest. So they're huge dig outs from the tractors. And here was this tiny little kitty meowing her head off. And she'd been dumped out there. And I went up to her, and she acted like she was going to run. I said, I've been out here for 2 days trying to get you, trying to find you. I finally found you. I see you. You're 3 feet in front of me. You got a choice. We can get in and get inside out of this wind, and it was drizzling, and it was freezing. We can get inside, or you can take off. The smart cat that she is walked right up to me and sat down at my feet. I put her in my coat, and we took off for the house. That cat was covered in ringworm, and soon I was covered in ringworm. My vet laughed because he was like, well, she knew what house to go to. And he said, you have the worst case of adult ringworm I've ever seen in my life. I had it on my scalp. I had it on my hand, everywhere. There wasn't a piece of me that wasn't covered in ringworm. And, you know, I'd never faced that. Even working at the Humane Society, I had never faced that. But I had it, and I had it everywhere. And my doctor, he gave me some cream and stuff to put on. Oh my Lord, the itch. The itch was miserable, and it didn't work. The stuff the doctor gave me did not work. But, so I had to bathe. I had to keep Winnie shaved. I had to shave that cat, that poor little kitten, every 2 days. I had to shave her down. I had to apply, I had to bathe her with a wash and topical cream. And she had an upper respiratory infection, so she couldn't handle a lot of stuff because her immune system just couldn't take it. Well, the wash that I put on her, I was like, I'm going to try that because this stuff that the vet has given me is just crap. So that's what I started doing. I started bathing, showering in that wash. And that is what cleaned up my ringworm. So I told my vet, I said, you know what? I've used that. I hope it's all right. I guess it is because I'm not dead and I don't have 2 heads. He laughed and he goes, well, they don't recommend it. They don't recommend it for humans, but if it worked, I said, well, it's the only thing working. So, whew, ringworm. And because, you know, when people there at the vet get it, he's like, you know, they'll get it. Somebody comes in and brings in an animal with ringworm, some of the staff might get it. He goes, but usually it's 1 or 2 small little areas, or maybe just 1 circle of ringworm. He's like, I have never seen an adult break out like you. It was miserable. Do not recommend ringworm. And I had to keep Winnie isolated from the boys so that they wouldn't get ringworm. Had to, whenever I went in, kept her in a room, and whenever I handled her, I had to change clothes, disinfect everything so that I could be with the boys. The boys ended up getting, 2 of my dogs ended up getting ringworm, one little circle on their snouts. So it wasn't bad at all. But it is a whole cleaning process. And it's really something. So my little cat is strong as can be. She's been through it. But that's also why she's so good with baths. People don't understand why she doesn't care about baths. I've always been able to bathe her because I had to constantly give her a bath. I had to constantly shave her. So if you introduce them early, they really are okay with it. She's my only cat, so it's all I ever had anything to compare it to, except the animals I worked with. But so there's a little bit of shedding coming off of this. I'm sorry if I hit that. Keep losing my tool. There's a little bit of shedding coming off of here. Let's see if it's easy to get up or not. I call it shedding. I don't know what the official word is. It's a little stringy. I'll say it's not as stringy as Diamond Art Club though. I'm just going to put that right there instead of in the middle. So this is just as hard to get up, but it does wipe off the tops of the drills much more easily than the Diamond Art Club putty. That I have to go back with a little wipe and get it. So I am impressed by that. But yeah, I am enjoying it. bad, not bad, not bad. I do plan on trying some other putties. Do you have a favorite you use? I'd love to know. There's so many. I'd like to try my hand at making some. All in good time, grasshopper. So, that's my little update, and my girls are, well, we're doing all right. It's been so hot that Hillary hasn't been able to sit outside like she likes. We usually sit out on the deck together, and it's just been, neither one of us want to do it. It's miserable. And it's fall, but it's too dang hot. So, a little bit of string. And Winnie hasn't been sitting outside either. I built Winnie a catio a few years ago, and she loves it. As I said, she's an indoor-only cat. And but this catio gives her some time to sit in the sun, and she enjoys it. Watch the birds. I've got a bird feeder right there on the deck for her to keep an eye on the birds, and she just really enjoys sitting out there. But it's just been too warm. Ugh, I'm so ready for fall weather, but here it is. What are we on? The 6th of October? And let's see. I'm trying to see if I can see it on my watch here. Might not have it. I changed some things on my watch. So right now it says it's 79 degrees. 79, and we'll have a low of 61. It's been really, I mean, that 79 is really warm. I'm ready for some cool weather. And then you hate to wish it, because people in Western North Carolina, which is 2 hours away from me, are still cleaning up, still without homes, still, you know, struggling. And you don't want them to be cold. So, but I also know they don't want to be, heat just sucks the life right out of you. It just really does. Let me get some of this off the sides. Heat will just wear you down. So it is a challenge sometimes. I feel like that needs straightening. Are y'all a fiddler? I am. I'm a straightener and a fiddler, and I'll go back with a straightener. I will say, these little tools I got from Temu, aren't they pretty? There's a third one that came in the kit too. So these, I have these loaded with Diamond Art Club putty. That's a 10. I really like using that one. That's a 7. Here's a little 2. And this is a straightener. Love this straightener. I didn't know this existed until you just put that in there and straighten your drills. You can go that way. If something's amiss, it just magically pops it into place. Who knew? Love this thing. But yeah, this was like for 3 of these, and oh, a ton of bits. Well, they're not bits. Heads. All kinds. There's angled ones, straight ones. I think they're gorgeous. I think that's so pretty. It was like $8. So that's where Temu shines, I think, on those tools and stuff you can get. That's what I really enjoy them about. Let's see. The ink, I got all those little, oh, there's one. I inevitably will forget something. I gotta go back. Even if I go over it and go, oh yeah, I got it. That's alright though. Part of the fun, isn't it? Alright. Looks good. Well, I see I'm at 56 minutes already. Wow, I don't know how we did that, but thank y'all. Enjoyed trying the new ArtDot Putty with you. And so far, I like it. I think it's personally less stringy than the Diamond Art Club Putty. Love that container. I don't know how long that's going to last, but it feels like forever. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all coming along and doing a little whip and chat with me. I'll do more of these. I enjoyed this. Thank y'all. I didn't know how much I would. I do say I don't get as much done. But that's okay. I don't think I'd get as much done if you were sitting here with me. And that's how I feel like y'all were doing. Y'all were just sitting here with me. I do want to say, I do like the metal placer. I bought the replacement single placer for Diamond Art Club. And, you know, it comes with a plastic one. It's really thick to me. I don't know if y'all see the difference. But it's thicker. But two of these have worn, this is a new one. Two of these have worn down. They are like crooked. I don't think I'm a hard placer, but maybe I'm tougher than I think. But highly recommend getting the stainless steel replacements. Really, 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 really like that. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Thanks for helping me get a little bit more done. And it won't be long, and this is going to be done, and I'll have a post review of this skull canvas that I really do enjoy. Can't go wrong with these make market canvases. You really, really can't. So I'm going to have me my little snack here. A little pick-me-up. These are delicious. You would not know this is vegan. I hope you've got a nice little treat. And as always, I hope you're keeping love and kindness on repeat. Thank you for coming by, whether it's your first time or your additional time, your next time. I appreciate all of you. Until I see you again, goodbye.